Bom dia, gente. Espero que você esteja tendo um ótimo dia. This is your man Larry, the American Brazilian, saying good morning to everyone. Hope you guys are having a great morning thus far. Real quick, I want to just get into something, and I'll definitely be brief because I don't know all of the facts surrounding what I'm about to speak on, but I think I know enough to mention it or to give my opinion on it, and that is the upheaval that happened yesterday around 3 o'clock Brazil time in Brazil concerning the supporters of Bolsonaro, the former president of Brazil, who they actually stormed the capital of Brazil, which is the equivalent of the White House here in America, located in Brasilia. A lot of people think that Rio is the capital of Brazil or Sao Paulo is, when in actuality the capital of Brazil is Brasilia. In any event, and that's where the president's palace is. Anyway, so the supporters of Jair Bolsonaro, they were upset. They feel like, President Lula is a criminal, and and that's not so much what they're bothered by. What they are bothered by is they feel like he's so liberal in his thinking and in his approach to government, to how he does things. So they're not really considering. How can you say it? They're not necessarily considering in totality the economic possibilities that he might bring and might increase the GDP for the country. And overall the quality of life for the people. They're not thinking about that. I mean, some of them are, but they're not. That's not in the forefront of their thinking. What they're bothered by is his liberal ideology, or what they perceive to be like a super leftist ideology. So they feel like he's gonna, that abortion is gonna run rampant, that homosexuality is gonna run rampant, and that a whole lot of things that they feel like is anti-Bible is going to manifest itself under President Lula's administration, and they don't want that. And so, for those of us who are here in America, we look at that and we think, hold on, this mirrors September 11th, not September 11th. I'm sorry, January 6th, and it's kind of like, and here's the thing, Bolsonaro, he kind of idolized Trump. So he took a page out of Trump's playbook. Now, mind you, he was in Miami, but I think he's in Orlando right now, President Bolsonaro. While all of this stuff is going on, he's in Florida. So while the country that he loves so much, now make that make sense to me. You are a supporter of someone or of an ideology, let's say that, and somebody who, let's just say, he's kind of the face of the ideology. And you're doing this on his behest, this person who's the face of the ideology. All the time, this guy's not even here. And he's not even there. He's somewhere enjoying his life, somewhere safe, while you're risking life and freedom to prove a point. And I don't know, I just think sometimes, and I'm a believer, and I think that sometimes some of the most horrible atrocities on earth were committed by people who use the Bible or use religion to do so. And of course, I'm not anti. I said I'm a believer, so I'm not anti. I'm just saying that I think some people, they cherry pick stuff so much to where they will act out and do things that are contrary to what they say they believe. And sometimes they're the most judgmental, the most mean, the most selfish, the most just not good people to be around, but they'll sit right and they'll preach to you all day. I digress. Anyway, so that's what was happening, and from what I understand, based on what I saw, I think 150 people at the time that I saw it had been arrested. The person that is the head over this, I'm sorry, my other phone. The person that's the head over everything, he basically wanted to he basically said that he apologized because the failure was on his watch. So he and a lot of other people feel like it was a failure. They should have kind of prepared almost for that, because there was a lot of rumor going around that this was going to happen, kind of like it was in January 6th. But of course, you know, when we hear rumors, a lot of times if we don't feel like they are credible, we won't prepare for them. But I don't know. I grew up in the hood, and I was always taught if somebody tell you they'll be right back, then you better either leave or you better be prepared for when they come right back. And I leave it at that. Anyway, and that's what happened. You know, I guess he didn't take it that seriously. He felt like, you know, these were just disgruntled people mad that their candidate lost, and they were just going to try to, you know, maybe do a whole lot of propagandizing, but they weren't going to do anything physical. And it's weird because they did it before. Like right after he lost the election, they had kind of did some stuff, you know, blocked the roads and things of that nature. But in any event, I'm sure that today I'm gonna, once I get to my shop, I'll cut on Global, which is a Brazilian channel, Global TV, and look at the, you know, the recent events and just kind of see what's the latest events rather, and see what's going on right now. I don't think that affects us as Americans when we travel, and those of us who will be expats soon in that country. I think it's just one of those things where we would do well to steer clear of certain conversations. I mean, it's like that here in America. You know, when you talk about religion and when you talk about politics, those are two very, very sensitive issues, and some people, they get so emotional. As a matter of fact, before the presidential election happened in Brazil, one guy died, you know, over an argument, because I think Bolsonaro was his candidate or something like that. Either he killed somebody or he died, but anyway, it was a shootout and somebody died in a restaurant or something like that. I actually saw it on TV. And that's sad, but, you know, what can you do? But in any event, Brazil is going to be okay. The people there are going to be okay, except for those who got arrested. I think that at some point, they're going to have to just kind of acquiesce and just, you know, figure out how to get along, and everybody just going to have to live their life. So didn't mean to ramble or anything. I just want to let it be known that I think that I don't think that Bolsonaro was a horrible president, nor do I think Lula is going to be a bad president either. They just have different approaches. Yes, Bolsonaro is more conservative. Lula is a little bit, he's liberal. Bolsonaro believed that to increase the country's wealth, you start from the bottom, you start from the top down. You give subsidies and tax breaks to the rich and to the corporate owners, and let them kind of trickle down the wealth. And Lula believed that in order for a country to really thrive and be successful, you have to invest in people first, and the best way to do that is providing dignity through jobs, creating a form of self-sufficiency, and that way you build from the bottom up. And he's a favelado. He comes from the favelas, and so I like his approach better, to be honest with you. So we'll just have to see what happens. But in any event, I'm going to jump off of here right now. I just kind of wanted to give a brief update. I don't know if anybody even cares. I do. But I wanted to kind of, you know, voice my opinion and kind of update people as to what I know thus far. In any event, fala com você mais tarde. This is your man Larry, the American Brazilian, saying até a breve, é verdade.